Welcome to hashtag YA Lit Chat. I'm Sahara with the St. Louis Public Library, and in this chat, we typically talk about fiction and nonfiction young adult novels, as well as juvenile fiction titles and nonfiction titles for tweens. We also talk about mangas and graphic novels, so make sure you're tuning in every Friday at noon to hear about your new favorite. All right, let's get into it. Let's go. Let's do it. You're already here. I'm here. All right. So for today's novel, we have a wonderful biographical, and it is called Being Jazz. It's written by Jennings herself, and she is a trans woman. She's a spokesperson. She's a YouTube sensation. She is an activist. She does all of these great, amazing things, and if you haven't heard of her, now is the time. This was published by Crown Publishing, and is just a wonderful read. It is Being Jazz, which is about her transgender life as a teen. And she's navigating it. She's trying to figure it all out. Being a teen is never easy. So she goes from this story of how she began her transition into what she always knew she was, right? And so I'm going to read a little bit of that with you. Chapter 1, when is the God Fairy going to come with her magic wand? When did you first know? I get asked a lot of questions about my life, and that's the one that comes up the most. The answer is easy. Ever since I could form coherent thoughts, I knew I was a girl trapped inside a boy's body. That was never any confusion in my mind. The confusing part was why no one else could see what was wrong. When my mom, Janet, got pregnant with me, she was convinced she was going to have a girl. At her baby shower, her friends all crowded around her belly and did the necklace test. That old-timey trick that's supposed to predict what kind of baby a woman is going to have. You hold a necklace with something heavy attached to it, like a pendant or a ring over the pregnant belly, and if it swings back and forth, it means she's having a boy. If it moves in a circle, a girl is supposedly on the way. This witchy little version of a gender test ultrasound nailed it with every single one of my mom's pregnancies. It just took a little longer for everyone to realize that the fetus fairies actually got it right with me. It's such a good read. I don't know. It's smooth. It's nice. And it is just something that I think everyone should check out because jazz is amazing. All right. Peace. You guys know what time it is. It's time for Shelve It or Read It. All right. Would I leave the book on the shelf or would I read it? Okay, first we have Asking for It, which is by Louise O'Neill. And I would shelve it just because it's a little bit more of a traumatic story. It's about this girl who wore a very revealing outfit. She went out, she woke up in a disheveled state. A lot was going on and she was trying to figure out what happened, and a lot of people were saying, oh, she was asking for it. Was she? I would shelve it just because it's not my type of book. But I think you should read it if you want to check out the story and how she reacted and who supported her or not. Then we have A Tyranny of Petticoats, which is 15 stories of belles, bank robbers, and other girls. It is a really kick-butt type of selection, and I think it's really cool that it has 15 stories. So I would read it because it's biteable, you know. I could read one story, 2 stories, and then put it away and then read it again. So I think you should check it out if you like that. Then there's Jane Against the World, which is Roe versus Wade and the Fight for Reproductive Rights by Karen Blumenthal. Now, I think this is a very important book. It's a YA nonfiction, and I would leave it on the shelf just because it's a little bit longer of a book. However, it is very interesting. I've read some of it, so don't persecute me. But I thought it was really interesting. I didn't really know about Roe versus Wade before now, and I think it's important to know. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed today's novel, give it a thumbs up. Also, head over to slpl.org to register for our virtual events that we have available for you. The next event that I definitely think you should register for is the Financial Literacy for Teens and Tweens, Learn to Earn. Earn that coin. It's April 15th from 5 to 6 p.m. and it's definitely something you can register for now. All right. Thank you for being Jazz, and thank you to Crown Publishing for this amazing book. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you next Friday at noon. Peace.